should you pull for Ellen in Zenless Zone Zero? Well, let's talk about her and her kit and compare her to Zhu Yuan, who is coming a bit later on. So Ellen is an icy attack character who is a part of the Victoria housekeeping faction. So her element and faction are the important things to take note of, as these will grant bonuses when played with other icy element and same faction characters, but more on that later. For now, let's talk about her kit. Her kit revolves around flash, freeze charges, these things right here below her health, and pretty much you build these up by using her attacks in a roaming state and her special attacks. This is firstly very fun. It requires a bit more brain power than just mashing the attack button in order to deal the maximum amount of damage, and it makes her very powerful because these attacks that cost flash freeze charges deal icy damage. Now ice damage in this game is very good, as it will not only freeze the enemy, but the shatter damage is very good. And the second effect is frostbite, which will increase the crit damage the enemy will take, which is again very good, as crit rate and crit damage are very important stats for her. And so while it is hard to see how good she'll be in the months to come, because her element is pretty strong, that should bode very well. Also, if you manage to get like Kaon, like with the beginner banner, then you should definitely get Ellen, as he works extremely well with Ellen, as they are both number 1 icy element characters, and they are in the same faction, and the fact that mono teams in this game are extremely good. But now finally, the question that everyone is wondering is Ellen versus Zhu Yuan. So let's compare the two. Ellen, like I mentioned, is an icy element attack character, part of the Victoria housekeeping faction, and Zhu Yuan is an ether attacker character, part of the NEPS faction. So they are in fact both attacker characters, meaning they both fill that sort of main DPS role in the team, but their elements are completely different. Ether is an element that will corrupt the enemy, dealing damage, but more importantly will make the enemy attack their allies. This is pretty cool. However, the sort of obvious downside is that in single target scenarios you won't benefit as much from this effect. But now, how do they compare in terms of their kit? Well, they're somewhat similar, in which Ellen focuses on building flash freeze charges, whereas Zhu Yuan focuses on getting enhanced shells that will increase the damage by a lot and allow her to use different skills. And so honestly quite similar. In terms of difficulty, I'd rate Ellen slightly above Zhu Yuan, as Zhu Yuan's enhanced shot shells will be gained by simply basic attacking. But now her element will also determine her team lineup, which at launch there is only one other character with an ether element, and that is Nicole. Now you do get Nicole for free, but because there's no third ether character, you won't be able to run a mono team with Zhu Yuan. So overall, Ellen and Zhu Yuan fill quite similar roles. However, it's their elements that make them play a lot differently, with, in my opinion, Ellen slightly edging over Zhu Yuan. Now the final thing I want to talk about is Miyabi. Miyabi is a character that you could play in the beta, but who is not releasing at launch, and so many things she'll be an upcoming character, perhaps in 1.1. Now she is also an ice element character, and so could fill a similar role as Ellen. However, at this moment in time, not much information is out, but it is something to keep in mind if you prefer Miyabi over Ellen. But now, should you pull for Ellen? Yeah, I'd say so. I think she is an extremely strong character with a great element that has an amazing effect, and someone who has an incredible design. So if you do decide to summon for her, I wish you all the best. Leave a like, comment, subscribe for more Zenless Zone Zero content.